All right, we're live. I think we're having a little bit of a connection problem. Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks, Sharon. I think it's right. Here we are with the $8 budget, the TED Show, and I am with my friend and special guest, Yvonne Sandoval. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Her and her fiery red hair. And today is National Red Wine Day.
Like my hair?
Like your hair. And yes, I'll let you play with that. Charnel's so good. But we didn't have a red, so we had a rosé cold, so that's as close as we get. And thanks to Steve Jacobs for pointing that out, because I didn't know. I know that sounds like a sin and it goes against my religion, but I just didn't know. So red is not for during the day if you can help it, because your teeth get blue. So we're going to go do rosé. So
yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sort of matches your hair, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a great week last week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Between the week, we were almost at 10,000 views. I just appreciate all of your love and support. It's really been awesome, and we got a lot done and a lot accomplished. People reached out to me and said the show was educational, which is sort of what we wanted to do. And this is definitely the person who's going to educate us on a lot of stuff. I met Yvonne. You remember that Aaron Luden was on the show Friday. And Aaron had a mansion party for one of his Orlando Real Producers launches for the magazine. And Craig, your partner, hi Aaron, Aaron's right next to me.
Yeah, Aaron's watching.
He's listening, right? And Craig, your partner at Advantage 8020, was there. And I was standing under the only air conditioning unit in the entire house that worked at that moment. It was so hot, and I was in a big jacket, a stupid jacket for summer, but the jackets are what we have to do. And Craig said, I want to stand near you. You're near the whiskey and you're near the air conditioning.
Yes, and he was also wearing a jacket.
And he was wearing a jacket.
Yeah,
so we started to talk. He told me his story and his history and about the company. And then he said, let's get together and talk. I'd love to figure out how to work. And then he said, and by the way, it won't be me. It's going to be this lady named Yvonne. I said, fantastic. Awesome. And then we met and hit it off. It's been amazing.
Yeah, Craig always throws me to the wolves. That's his thing. So he's like, you have to meet this man, Ted. He's amazing. And so I met you here at the Citrus Club, not knowing at all what it is that you do.
Do you still don't know, do you?
Un poquito.
All right, so just for the record, I do mortgages, people. I appreciate it because everybody's reaching out to me. Thank you. And so thank you for pointing that out, because I'm trying. That's sort of the reason for the show in the beginning, was to get my brand out there, and what that meant was trying to promote myself, which I'm really, really bad at, but I'm getting better.
Yeah.
But also to showcase all my amazing friends that I see during the day, who we're all working on different projects, but we usually all work in real estate or some sort of nonprofit, which I also do, but mortgages is what I do. So now you know, and now when you get asked, you're going to know Ted does mortgages.
Yeah, it's Ted trivia. I appreciate that.
So tell us more about 8020 and Advantage 8020 and how you got there, because this is a unique company, I think. And we actually did a presentation. You did it. I didn't. I ate all of the amazing Brazilian food. Like, it was crazy, but you did the presentation. It was awesome.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
Tell us about how that all transpired. How did you get involved with Craig, and how did you build the company and what the company does?
Well, this story is really lengthy, so I'll give you the short version. But basically, Craig and I met at a bar.
Stories always start well when you meet at a bar.
You know what happens when an Englishman and an Irishman walk into a bar, right? Yeah, there's a punchline there somewhere.
There's totally a punchline.
But yeah, like playing darts, and then just kind of started talking about what it is I do and hearing what he does, and it just came together that he works with realtors, and he helps them with business solutions, sitting them down, getting them really purposeful, and said to me, there's a gap in their businesses, and the gap he sees is their marketing. So me being a marketer, he just asked me if I could come in and see if I could be of assistance in helping them to grow their businesses. And we worked it out, and I've been doing that ever since.
So you have a marketing background, because we'll get to the rest of it. You have a marketing background.
Yes.
Hey, Rick Bosley. Hey, guys.
Hey, Rick.
You have a marketing background. What did you do before?
Well, I actually grew up in New York City,
Nice.
on Broadway.
On Broadway.
Oh, yes. And just work with playwrights and singers, songwriters, actors. Just always been around creative people, so that kind of translated into all I've known my whole life. So creativity is first and foremost, thinking outside the box, and kind of parlayed that into marketing because there's a human aspect to it, and that we need to kind of sell ourselves and letting people know what our story is. So marketing was just a perfect avenue to kind of corral that creativity.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
So then, but Advantage 80/20 is completely different because it's not just real estate, right? Or you focus,
actually,
you do a lot.
I focus with realtors. Because I was what Craig brought me in because he found that to be a gap in their businesses was the marketing aspect. So
How's it a gap? People are going to ask. So
okay.
Tell them what the gap is.
Okay, well, it's not. Okay, put it this way. We should all do what we're put on this earth to do. Find our purpose, find our mission, and realtors seem to be the type of people who want to give and help. They are solution providers, and they are looking to help people. So that's their one thing, which is awesome. It is it's a calling. I look at it like teachers or doctors or
I agree.
It really is a calling to help people find their dream home, their roof over their head. Think about it.
Because it's not an easy job
No,
at all.
not at all.
The coordination that realtors, for example, have to do with all of the different parties involved and their borrower or seller, a buyer or seller, is a lot, and you have a million moving pieces. So to be able to do that and then focus on marketing, I could see where the marketing gets put to the wayside.
Yeah, marketing gets put to the wayside, and a lot of people are not good at letting people know about their services. It's just not their one thing. So that being a gap, and your database being the 80% of where you're going to get your business is from your database, 20% from new leads, those are strangers. So we focus on building the relationships and solidifying those relationships with your database. The people who have used you, worked with you, have loved you, and there's statistics out there say about 75 to 80% of people, when asked if they would work with you again as a realtor, they say yes. But in actuality, only about 17% of those people do come back to you. And there's a reason for that. And that's because you've kind of let them go. You haven't
because
followed
there's
up.
Rick just said something. The gap is not a lack of intention, it's a lack of systems and execution.
Yes.
Exactly, which is sort of what you're saying. So they know that they need to be good about it, but when you have all of this other stuff going on, if you don't have a system, and this isn't just for realtors, this is any business with your customers or your CRM, and you don't have a way to continue to engage them, it's sort of on auto drip or automatic, it becomes labor intensive, and that's why they don't do it. That's why people don't do it.
The automation is essential, of course. Systems and processes in any business is what you need in order to grow and scale your business. We also take it to another level, so we talk about being purposeful with that marketing and building genuine relationships and keeping you top of mind. When we want people to think of you when they're thinking of, who am I going to work with, or who's my neighbors, my family, my coworkers. When I'm asked, who do you work with, you will be top of mind. So we need to be consistent with our marketing. We need to be purposeful, and automation as well.
So that sounds overwhelming, right? Which is where you come in. And it is, because when you're doing all the other things and you're in the minutia of trying to get a deal done or a contract done or an inspection or an appraisal, or you're in business of any kind and you're caught in the minutia and you're working, what's the thing? You're working in your business but not for your business or something like that. And so we tend to get caught up in the minutia. And so you come in and you work with realtors and business owners for them so that they can identify where the minutia is, how to handle that, but still continue to engage and grow their business.
Absolutely. I want the relationships to be really solid. Putting in those processes, of course. I'm always being asked what's the best CRM, to maintain your database. And I really always say it's the one that you're using. So, because a lot of people are not running their businesses like businesses, So making sure you have a database in place is essential. But then on another level, taking it to the next step, is letting someone come in to do the thing that they do best. We call that leverage. Leveraging that so you can go and do the thing you love. Because I know most of the realtors I work with, and I'd say all the realtors I work with, they love what they do.
Right.
And I love what I do. So let people who are passionate about what they do into your life so that they can bring the best of what they can bring to the plate and grow your business.
People are afraid to let go, right? Isn't that what you see?
My goodness, yeah.
We all are, and we're all business owners or business owner minded.
Yes.
And so we're afraid that if they're not going to treat it like the baby that we treat it like.
Exactly. But you know what happens if you come from fear. Being fearless is something that I am so fortunate to have instilled in me as a very young child. Like I said, growing up in New York, growing up on Broadway, I was put in a position where my dad would say to me, "Hey, can you go down to the corner store and pick up this and that?" I know it would be a block up and an avenue over. Here I am, 11, 12 years old. I'm riding the subway by myself. Fear was never an option in my family. So I know a lot of people don't have that experience. So
they grow up fearful.
Oh my goodness! And that is not. You're never going to be able to grow as an individual or as a business coming from fear. So I just want to put that out there, is that letting yourself grow and be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is a way to get yourself to the next level, to where you need to be. So I do that for you to come in and I'll write your materials from a high level, from a professional
let's talk. Terry McLaughlin just said it also helps when you have professional marketing company elevating you in your listings, which it's back to the professional part. So you're good at what you do. So bring the other experts in who are good at what they do. And people are afraid. First, they think it's too expensive, or they're afraid it's too expensive. And they haven't even priced it out. But you know that if you can invest some of that money, the reward is going to get you more listings, more borrowers, more sales, and it's going to more than pay for itself. That was
Absolutely.
a great commentary.
Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. A lot of agents are putting and this is social media, so we're supposed to be talking about social media as well. I want to give you some insight into that. So from what I've seen is a lot of realtors will post just listed, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, great neighborhood. They go on and on about the property. But what they don't get is they don't get purposeful with it. They don't boost the post on Facebook. They don't put it in front of the right demographic. And they
talk about boosting, because that's something new that I learned. Actually, Josh Pennington taught me that. I don't know if Josh is on, but I had never played with it before. And Boost is really a cool, very inexpensive way to target the demographic you want to target on Facebook. So when, like she's saying, and I'll let you go into detail, you're posting your listing, you're posting your open house, you're posting your just sold because you want people to see that you have activity going on. There's a way to boost that to a market that isn't in your friends. It's outside of your friends. So,
and it doesn't have to be very expensive whatsoever. I have people. I'm from New York. I moved here.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. I don't. Can you tell?
Not at all.
Oh boy.
Not at all.
Can we start talking?
We can start talking.
We talking?
We're gonna talk.
This is like coffee time.
Coffee talk.
Coffee talk. I love it. Forget about it. Anyway, so Ted, what I'm saying is that now I'm in character. Sorry.
Go right to it.
Honestly, what I want you to think about is that I've had agents who will boost a post and only keep it in a very small demographic. When you know that a lot of people are moving from other states here, including New York, which is probably one of the biggest immigrants to Florida, I want you to put those boosts to other demographics like Chicago, New York, overseas. If you're an overseas, working with overseas clients. Broaden it out a bit, you up your spend a little bit. It is still the cheapest way of getting your listing seen.
And when she talks about upping the spend, like I did one to 10 different countries, just trying to engage. I used a hashtag, which I don't know if we have time for that today, but hashtags are very important. And I had people from all over. Oh, Vanna's here. It's 15 minutes. Say hi, Charnel. We're 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I had people from all over the world look and engage. And so if you are working with buyers, who, Eleanor Connolly, two of my favorite people. Oh, she said, Advantage 80/20 has really helped my business. Yvonne and Craig are fabulous. Glad to be in business with them both.
Thank
That's
you,
sweet.
Eleanor.
She's amazing.
She's such a sweetheart.
So I got engagement from other countries, which if you have buyers that want to come in here and buy, why wouldn't you want to engage them?
Absolutely, and I find also, if I can put it out there, is that when people do boost and that they're doing it correctly, what they're not taking to the next step is that they'll see likes on their post, but they're not engaging with those people.
Right.
So when you see a like, I want you to click on that like, and I want you to reach out to that person. Hi, I see that you liked my post. I'm here to help. How can I assist you? So
That's a great idea.
And that's where you're going to build those leads through social media, is by engaging with those people. So it's going to take a little bit of effort and time blocking. We all know about time blocking. So putting those...
Allegedly, we know about time blocking. That's a whole other show, apparently.
It is, yes. It's the myth of time blocking. But if you put time aside, say at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but you're going to go in and you're going to engage with those people who have liked your post, who have taken the time out of their day to do that, I think that's where you're going to find where you're going to get the engagement, and you're going to be able to get leads from this $10 spend. We're talking $10, $20.
Yeah, it's not expensive. So I'm glad you brought up the amount. Like you can get an additional 1,500 to 3,500 likes or engagements is what they call it, I think, on your boost for like $10, depending on.
Oh yeah.
So and then you can track it and stop it. So if you've spent $2.99 and you don't want to go any further, you can just pause the boost. There should be a whole show about that.
Yes.
I literally played with it on my own, and I figured it out. So if I can figure it out, I promise you guys can figure it out. But definitely an awesome way to boost what you're trying to get out there, because your friends kind of get acclimated to where you're at, and they kind of get desensitized. So your own database may not be looking as closely at your posts. So get out there and spend another $10 to get to another 1,500 plus people who haven't been engaged with you, aren't your friends, and are out but are in the demographic that you want to post to.
Yes, absolutely. I just wanted to go back to what it is that we were talking about when it comes to helping you realtors build your business and build those relationships. So with social media, I want you to think of it this way. Video is huge. We're doing video right now. We're doing Facebook Live, but everyone has a phone. Number one, this is your database. So right here, this is where people say to me, I'm just starting out, I don't have a very large database. You do. This is your database. You're carrying it around. These are your Mets. These are people that you know. You've had conversations with them. They need to know you're an agent. So get these people into your database. And then be purposeful. I want you to reach out to them consistently through email, through Facebook posts, through your videos. I don't want you to not do video. I don't want you to be waiting for technology. I need to buy this. I need to buy that. All you need to do is what we're doing right now. We're using a phone, and we're just telling stories. I want people to know about you.
Good one. Good point.
And people, once you let your story out, you tell them where you're from. How did you become a realtor? Why did you become a realtor? That one story, people will find commonality in, and when they've had commonality, they build trust with you.
Great point.
The biggest transaction of their lives they're going to do with you if they trust you. And how do you build trust? By finding commonality in another human being. And we do that. That is something that humans do. It's part of our makeup. But if we don't let people in and we don't let them know what's going on, they will not know us. So be consistent. I want you to put out an email. The communications coming from you should be in your voice. Not a Mad Lib or with a blank that you're filling in a template.
Right.
I want it to be you, completely you. And there's a lot of services out there that will do it for you. They'll write for you. I actually had a client tell me that they signed for a service, and when two of the emails that went out to their database, one was about de-icing your driveway.
In Florida?
In Florida.
Nice.
And the other one was about wood decks and how to maintain them in Florida. So
people are afraid of content, though. You brought that up, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Right.
You'll help them write content in their voice, because that's really what's critical.
We write the content completely from a blank piece of paper. We interview you.
That's awesome.
There is never going to be a campaign that the same because everyone's unique.
Because if you think about like, and Sean, thank you for the comment. Donald, yes, happy Monday to you. Thank you, Terry. Like everybody's being love the content. So on the content, so I can tell when certain realtors have scheduled their one newsletter all at the same time, and I get about 40 in my email box that are exactly alike. And it's because it's easy. I'm not giving them a hard time. Content is difficult, so that's an easy way to do it. But if you're helping them create original content, that goes so much further than me getting the 40 same newsletters. And some of them do have de-icing in them, and some of them
I love that.
they have the same recipe.
Yes.
I get why they do it, because it can be very difficult and time-consuming and scary to create your own.
Yeah,
but if you help them with it and they have their own voice, to me that goes, that's worth its weight in gold.
Absolutely. I mean, it really has to be very personable. We're in a people business. You are, I am, we're in the people business. So if we're not affecting people's lives with timely and relevant information for their today, and we're only hitting them constantly with market information when they may personally not be in the market. Yeah, maybe their coworkers, maybe their cousin, their neighbor is in the market, but you personally receiving that email is not, you're going to unsubscribe or you're going to just turn off.
It forces action. Call to action, right?
I'm call to action. I want people to engage with you. I want you to engage with your clients and your past clients on something that's timely and relevant today in their lives. We all need to eat. We all need to go on vacation. We all need to know personal stories about each other. Facebook is all about personal connections. So I want you to consider any communication coming from your business on a personal level, because that is the business you're in, is building relationships. Once you have that solid foundation, people will refer you to their friends, family, neighbors, and coworkers.
Agreed.
So
what's the one thing, one of the social medias that you love? Let's say, pick one, and you can pick anything, or you can pick a database. What's the one question you get that is the one mistake or the one thing that realtors or any business owner asks you?
Yes.
That's the common error, or the common thing that you can correct quickly or easily, or something that they can do that isn't scary?
Well, anything in business should be scary. I think if it's not scary, you're not doing it right.
Right.
Okay? So you're doing something wrong if you're not scared. Because everything we're gonna push ourselves to greatness. We're gonna push ourselves to be out of our comfort zone. So the one thing I get all the time is, what do I say in video? Because we know that video is the communication of the now and the future.
Because it can be scary.
It can be scary. Ted and I are extremely nervous before we get on camera. We have to go into this whole meditative trance.
Not a chance.
No.
But not everybody's like that.
No, not everyone's as open to being on video. But I say to them, in the morning when you get up and you look in the mirror and you're brushing your teeth, that is the person that's going to go on that listing appointment. That is the person that's going to be the face-to-face.
Right.
When you drive in your car and you go to the drive-thru and you order. So if you're comfortable meeting a human being, a scary live human being face-to-face, you're a little scary, Ted. A little timid.
I've been told.
But if you're okay with that, then why are you scared to talk to an inanimate object that's about this big?
I know, right?
It's this big.
In all honesty, the first time I did this show, which was the very first time I was ever on Facebook Live, it was intimidating for about, 30 seconds. And then it's really just having a conversation. So that shouldn't be scary.
No.
It's that people are afraid to make mistakes. Actually, I've had people say, I can't believe you're live. I'd want to edit. And I actually think editing's more scary, because I would obsess over all of the mistakes, like the crazy. Like I haven't been able to respond. Hey Eddie, I agree. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Hi Eddie. It's been a while.
But this is the thing. It's you just have to kind of go with the flow.
Yeah.
And not be afraid.
You have to be authentic.
Authentic. That's
you have
a great
to be
word.
Authentic and genuine. I can't, if I'm coming across scripted and completely. That's why reality television works as well as it does.
I agree.
Kim Kardashian eats grilled cheese. Apparently, she's a person, and we get to know her better because she's just like us.
That's right.
She drives a car. She goes to the gym, and that's why reality television. It's relatable.
Yes.
So if you're trying to script something, and I've seen agents do this, I've seen people do this. They'll read from a piece of paper. That is not how you talk in real life.
No.
So just think of the inanimate object as like we're doing right now. We don't even realize it's there We're just having a conversation.
No, I think I know I need to look there, but
Well,
honestly, I'm really not looking there. I'm looking at y'all's wonderful comments. Thank you very much.
But I want you to feel comfortable with yourself. So most of us get up in the morning, go out, we're dressed, and as realtors, we do have to present ourselves in a certain way. But I want you to know that if you're okay with going out the door, then you should be okay with pressing that Facebook Live or Facebook the video. So don't be scared of your own shadow. We know what happens when you're scared of your own shadow.
Is that 6 more weeks of winter?
Yes.
No. Groundhog Day, right?
Groundhog Day, exactly.
That's because I'm from up north.
Yes.
Poxitani,
Phil.
Something like that,
yeah. Well, they made a great movie about it. So.
I love that movie. All right, so let's talk a little bit because we're already at 25, if you can believe it.
Oh, goodness, okay.
So Yvonne has been kind enough to offer something, and I'll let her tell it because she's an amazing consultant. They have a great company. And I appreciate you doing this for the audience, so go ahead and tell them.
No worries. I really enjoy coming from contribution, coming from bringing knowledge to people. So I teach a lot. I teach about 15 times, and I call it teaching because I just want to bring some of my experience to the table. So about 15 times a month, I will code and I will let people, come to their market center, come to their agency, come to their place of business, and do a class. So I wanted to offer an hour of a class. I have 4 different marketing classes that I'll come and teach. And if you'd like to get some people together, I would love to do that for the first 5 people
people. So say yes, I want it, or yes, Yvonne, or whatever you want to put in there, so I can identify.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. There's video marketing I do that I can teach you about what to say, like exact examples, like things you can do that will start you today. Video, social media, and then there's a comprehensive plan to set for your communications over a year. So I can give you a breakdown of what that should consist of, what you should be writing, how you should be doing that. Let me know if that's something that you find value in.
An hour of consulting.
Yes.
And all you have to do is say, yes, Yvonne, I want that, or whatever you want to know so I can identify.
Oh, I would
That's
love
an
that.
amazing offer, actually.
Oh, cool.
And Alex Burnett said, love how you color coordinated. Alex said he wants that. How you color coordinated your shirt with your drink. It's only because I realized it was National Red Day like 10 minutes before the show went on. And I thought, and kudos to our general manager here because he named off 4 drinks we could have had.
Yes.
Instead of red wine. But I had the rosé cold and it's delicious.
It is.
So it's sort of a light red. But Alex and Kristen, so first 5, so we got 2 out already. Please post that and then tell everybody your website.
I have...
your Facebook. Yes.
Absolutely. I have content on my YouTube channel. And by content, I mean I will put out tips. I put out specific things you can do in your business today that will make changes and you can implement. Really simple. On my YouTube channel, Advantage 80/20, as well as my Facebook page, Advantage 80/20.
So you can just search that in the search part of it, right?
Just go
and
to
is it
search.
80/20 or 80/20?
In Facebook, it'll just be 80/20 without the slash. Either way, it should come up, and also on YouTube. Just go and put in Advantage 80/20, and you'll be able to find all the content that I put out. And I want to come from contribution. I want you to see that there's things you can implement today that will change your business. An actionable item that will make a difference. And these are things that you can do that don't cost you really anything more than your time and your investment in yourself and your business.
Which is amazing. It was awesome today.
Oh, thank you.
And so I have a trivia question from Friday with Aaron, and the first person to answer correctly, and it could be later on or right now, but he had this beautiful purple cup up there, and a lot of you thought it was a Yeti, but that's not the name of it. So if you guess it, I can't promise you whatever it is from him, but you can get a bottle of wine from me. So if the first person to guess or remember what he called that, it's actually in the script, so if you go back to it, you can tell. But I want to promote his product because that's an awesome product. He made me one. It's got a crown on it. I know that's surprising. It's awesome, but that one was purple and beautiful. But if you can tell me what the name of that is, you'll win a bottle of wine. And then please, we've got 2 out of the 5. You can view it later, and as long as we don't have 5, you'll get one of the 5 slots with, hey, Beverly, and hey, Fidel. Fidel, I haven't seen you in 1,000 years. and you'll get one of the 5-hour spots with Yvonne. So today was amazing.
Thank you so
It
much.
goes by so fast.
It does.
And she's been so helpful to me, so I know she's going to be 100% helpful to you.
So we're not going to be able to sing?
Oh, what are we singing?
I thought we were going to sing Climb Every Mountain.
Oh my God, no. So we want to do, yes, we're at 30. So we're going to sing Climb Every Mountain at some point. Watch
Yes.
for that. An evening
Yes.
with Ted. That's coming.
Evening with Ted's gonna be
so
amazing.
Charnel's here, and she's given us the 30 mark, and she's right. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's with Sue Hanna from Go Big Marketing, and she'll talk about all sorts of fun stuff. Love you guys. Thank you so much.